The way that our intuition often speaks to us is sometimes it doesn't always make perfect sense. And so the exercise we're going to do now is a soul inquiry exercise, which I recognize a lot of you, and so you would have done this with me before. But if anyone's new to soul inquiry, you do it the way we're doing it today is in partners. And so what we're going to do is we'll take it in turns. The first person, who's going to be the person with the biggest ears, so just work out who that is. Okay, so the person with the biggest ears is going to ask the question, and the person with the smaller ears is going to answer. And if you can't work that out, just do the longest hair versus the shortest hair. So the question is, what is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? And now the answer doesn't have to make any sense at all. It might just be like pineapple. It might be go for a run. It might be call my husband at lunchtime. Whatever it is, just trust whatever comes. And so Big Ears is going to is going to continue to say, what's your soul calling you to do? And the person with the little ears is going to say, my soul is calling me to pineapple. My soul is calling me to get a new dress. My soul is calling me to have that difficult conversation. My soul is calling me to show up to my writing. And on it goes. And so you'll continue doing that until I say so. So it'll be a couple minutes, and then we'll swap. Now, the person who's asking the question, so first, the big ears, is not even encouraging. You're literally just asking the question. You're holding space for the other person to be in their experience. And you're definitely not going, oh my God, me too. Let me tell you about. And then I'll tell you when to swap and we'll swap. Is that clear? Yeah? Everyone clear? Yep. What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? My intention for our time together is to invite us all to have a direct experience of the sacred, however you define that, to connect in with what I call the soul, which I believe is the wise part of us. It's the part of us that choose to be here in this life, in this body, at this time, in this room in Tampa together. My intention is to create a really sacred container for us to step in and have that direct experience, to connect in with that wisdom within, to receive a really clear message from our soul, but also to commit to a little baby step to act on that. How's that sound? Awesome. I just want to say I really appreciate that you're all in the middle here, because I walked in here yesterday and freaked out because I'm like, whoa, this is a really long room. Awesome. So in a moment, we are going to step into what I call Kairos time, and this is what the ancient Greeks called sacred time, soul time. It's in Kairos time that's different to linear time, which they called Chronos time. In Kairos time, it's where our intuition resides. It's where we can remember our soul gifts. It's where we can remember our soul path. It's where all creativity resides. Has anyone had an experience where an idea lands fully formed? Often like when you're in the shower. For me, it's when I'm like moving, like I might be on a train or walking in nature. That's the space that we're going to step into together. My teachers always told me that there is something very, very special when two or more of us gather. And while online is amazing, and it's been so, so amazing, particularly over the past few years, there's nothing that beats the physical connection and the group container that we're co-creating today. And so I want to invite you to really join me in diving in today and really embracing that group energy, because the more we embrace it, the easier it is for those transformations, those healings, those intuitive insights to drop in fully formed. Does that sound good? Awesome. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Amazing. So I want you to just wiggle around a little bit, and then if you've got a notepad and pen, put it away. You don't need it today. This is going to be really experiential. It's going to be really energetic, and I promise you that the wisdom is within you. It's not here today. Well, that's the way I work anyway. And what we're going to be doing is remembering, because we already know our path, I believe. And so put everything aside, even put your bag underneath. We're going to be moving around. We may even do some group work. So if that freaks you out, I'm just giving you a little bit of warning. Okay, great. So breathing deeply and just allow yourself to land. Invite your breath to really regulate. So finding your own natural rhythm. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And in the center of your heart, imagine a beautiful flower. And just notice what flower appears. And taking a deep breath in and inviting that flower to open petal by petal. Revealing a light in the middle. This light is your soul, your ancient self, the part of you that chose to be here in this life, in this body, on this planet, at this time, in this city, in this room, on this seat. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And just being open to the possibility that something led you here. That perhaps there is this intelligent pulse beating within you at the center of your heart. This same intelligent pulse that tells the flowers when to bloom, the seasons when to come and go. Invite that light to grow brighter and brighter. And invite that part of you, the wise part of you, to step forward now. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. And now staying open to the presence of those around you, feeling the presence of all of us in this room. But in particular, feeling the presence of the person on your left. Maybe giving them a little nudge. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Sensing them, sensing their soul. Sending love, encouragement, support to them, that person on your left. And taking a deep breath and seeing if you can receive that now. Noticing if you find it easier to give or receive, and opening up that capacity just a little sending your love, your support, your encouragement to the person on your right. Maybe you know them. Maybe you haven't even seen them yet, but feel them. That part of them that chose to be here in this body, in this life, at this time. And what a time they chose to come. What a time we've been through. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Really acknowledging the courage it takes to be wanting to live with an open heart, an open mind. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And now receiving those same qualities yourself. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. And together, let's connect in with the heavens above and the earth below. In the heavens above, imagine a giant ball of source energy, unlimited. Imagining a ball of that light traveling in through the top of the building and in through the crown of your head, and breathing deeply and allowing yourself to fully receive it, feeling it travel down through your crown, down your spine, hitting your heart. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And just breathing and receiving this unlimited supply of light, connected to that same intelligent pulse that causes the seasons to come and go, the whole planet to spin. Feeling connected to that. Feeling resourced by that, opening up your capacity to receive this intelligent pulse of life. Deep breath in, deep breath out, sending it to any part of your body that needs it. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And now seeing if you can open your body up a little bit and allow the chair and gravity to hold you just a little bit more, relaxing your body, your cells, letting gravity hold you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Imagining roots at the base of your feet, the soles of your feet, traveling down through all of the layers of the earth beneath you, through the soil, through rocks, through underground rivers and oceans, and just sensing the waters of Tampa, so feminine, so nourishing. Mama Tampa. Deep breath in, deep breath out, resting into her arms. And together, let's acknowledge the keepers of the earth here, the custodians known and unknown, the spirits of the land. Deep breath in, deep breath out, seeing if you can rest into that a little bit more, inviting your soul to land little bit more into your body, into your cells. Deep breath in, deep breath out, allowing those roots to go deeper and deeper until they make their way to the very center of this planet, until they make their way to this beautiful sacred body of water. Deep breath in, deep breath out. The water that supplies the oceans, the rivers, the sacred wells. Deep breath in, deep breath out. This is a water planet. We are water beings. When we began in our mother's womb, we were in the watery world of the mother, and then we were born onto this world. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Where there is water, there is life. Where there is life, there is water. If we can find a way to see the sacred in the waters, we will see the sacred within all things. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Water is within all living things. Where there is water, there is life. Where there is life, there is water. Water is all around us. Whether it's brushing our teeth, having a shower, walking by the river, walking past a tree that's made up of primarily water, whether it's eating our food, whether it's hugging our children. If we're able to see water as sacred, we will by default see every living thing as sacred. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Many mystics through the ages speak of water holding the secrets to the codes of life. Many mystics through the ages see water as God itself. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Allowing those roots to drink in any quality that you're yearning for now. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Resting into that. Being regulated by that. Being healed by that. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Placing your hand on your heart. Connecting in with the wise part of us. The part of us that knows. The part of us that chose to be here in this body at this time. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Asking this part of you, what are you yearning for? Deep breath in, deep breath out. Feeling the connection that can be made just by going into the portal of your heart. Deep breath in, deep breath out. It's part of you that is connected to the intelligent pulse of life. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Asking this part of you to guide you. Deep breath in, deep Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Asking this part of you, what am I being called to do? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And going back to that flower at the center of your heart. And just noticing what flower appears. Noticing the color, noticing the texture, noticing how open or closed it is, what season it's in. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. This flower being a representation of something within you that is ready to emerge. It could be a soul gift. It could be a soul yearning, a call. Deep breath in, deep breath out. I'm just asking this flower to give you a message now. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Beautiful. And going back to feeling the presence of the person on your left. The person on your right. And as you take another deep breath in and out, just really staying in this space. And very gently opening your eyes and just looking around the room. Seeing if you can see the person next to you just a little bit more. To see the part of them that you felt before. The part of them that chose to be here on this planet, in this body, at this time, in this room. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay. So now we are going to do what I promised we would do before, which is partner work. Who does not want to do that? Yes, okay, good. So I want you to ideally find someone that you don't know and get into pairs together. So I'm going to give you literally 10 seconds to do that now. Okay, and if you don't have your partner, stand up and come to the front. No, you don't have to stand on stage, don't worry. I mean to find your partner. So stand up if you haven't found your partner yet. And find your partner. Yeah. Hand up if you don't have your partner. Yeah. And if not, do a 3 with someone. Okay, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Great. And if anyone doesn't have a partner, just stay standing and you'll find each other. There you go. Yeah, you two. There we go. Oh, so yeah, you two together. Okay, great. So I believe that our soul is always calling us every single moment of every single day, but we kind of need to sit down and listen to it in order to recognize the voice. I also am a big believer in the fact that all the intuition and creative ideas in the world are actually completely pointless unless we act on it. I think if we tap into our intuition without then embodying that intuition and going into action, it's actually really freaking frustrating. And we're not being embodied in any way. We're just up here in the ethers, and you just go crazy like that. I know that, I was saying before about when I was 16 at my first I Can Do It in Australia, and I had a vision of the work I was meant to do back then, but I couldn't work out how the heck to make it happen. I was waiting for every single step along the way, like this step-by-step plan before even taking the first step. And it was so frustrating because I was just frozen. I had this vision, I had this yearning within me that was really hard to admit to start with. But because I wasn't acting on it in a tiny little way, everything in my life kind of like seized up and froze. And so the lesson, which has been the biggest lesson for me, is how important it is to act on the calls of your soul. But that doesn't mean, say, if the call of your soul is to write a book or move countries or whatever it is, doesn't mean that it's like, if you're writing a book, I'm going to write the first chapter tomorrow. It's all about what can I do today in that little direction. The way that our intuition often speaks to us is sometimes it doesn't always make perfect sense. And so the exercise we're going to do now is a soul inquiry exercise, which I recognize a lot of you, and so you would have done this with me before. But if anyone's new to soul inquiry, you do it the way we're doing it today is in partners. And so what we're going to do is we'll take it in turns. The first person, who's going to be the person with the biggest ears, so just work out who that is. Okay, so the person with the biggest ears is going to ask the question, and the person with the smaller ears is going to answer. And if you can't work that out, just do the longest hair versus the shortest hair. So the question is, what is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? And now the answer doesn't have to make any sense at all. It might just be like pineapple. It might be go for a run. It might be call my husband at lunchtime. Whatever it is, just trust whatever comes. And so Big Ears is going to is going to continue to say, what's your soul calling you to do? And the person with the little ears is going to say, my soul is calling me to pineapple. My soul is calling me to get a new dress. My soul is calling me to have that difficult conversation. My soul is calling me to show up to my writing. And on it goes. And so you'll continue doing that until I say so. So it'll be a couple minutes. and then we'll swap. Now, the person who's asking the question, so first the big ears, is not even encouraging, you're literally just asking the question. You're holding space for the other person to be in their experience. And you're definitely not going, oh my God, me too, let me tell you about. And then I'll tell you when to swap and we'll swap. Is that clear? Yeah? Everyone clear? Yep. What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? What's that? Do not keep notes. Notes are not allowed. You will remember, but I don't want you to have a big to-do list by the end of this. You will have one thing, one little baby step that you will take at the end of the workshop, but just anything that comes up, you don't have to do any of it. So just be open to, this is the thing about the mystic. The mystic, first of all, they know that they can have a direct experience with the sacred. They know that the sacred exists within them, as well as around them, above them, below them, within all people and all things. So the answers are here, and so you're never going to forget them. But the mystic also is not attached to certainty. They are dedicated to living the question. Living the question. I want to read you a quote, actually, about living the question. It's one of my favorite, and this is really at the heart of being a mystic. It's by Rainer Maria Rilke, who knows them. It's a beautiful book called Letters to a Young Poet, which I just love. And they said, and it was literally a letter to a young poet when they wrote this. And they say, be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves. What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? Live the question, love the question. Like locked rooms, like books that are now written in a very foreign tongue, do not now seek the answers which cannot be given to you because you would not be able to live them. If you're waiting for the answer, you're not living. You're paused. You're going against that intelligent pulse of life. If you look at the flowers, I'm such a nature girl, and flowers have been my number one muse. Any flower lovers here? Yeah. Oh, don't get me started about the flowers. They're all starting to come out in Glastonbury, and I'm just like, I am here, I'm arrived, I love them. My husband bought me 100 peony bulbs for Mother's Day. Oh my goodness. We just had moved house, and it had always been my dream to have them. And if anyone knows me, you know how obsessed I am with peonies, like so obsessed. And more than anything, the peony shows us about having the courage to trust our timing, to properly live the question and realize that we don't need to be in full bloom all year round. They're only in bloom for like 4 weeks a year. You try and have a wedding and time it with peony season, it's not going to work. So let me continue. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given to you because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything, to live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer. Living into the answer. And so it's not about what's my soul calling me to do? Oh, that's the answer. I need to write it down and figure out how to do it. No, it's living the question. Living the question. What's your soul calling you to do? Be curious. The mystic is dedicated to the direct experience of the sacred. The mystic is dedicated to living into the mystery, the unknown. The mystic might read some books to discover what's known, what other people have said that is true for them, but the mystic knows that there is a million different truths out there. The mystic knows that we can't possibly know the secrets to life. The mystic knows that the awakening journey never ends. The mystic knows that maybe when we have our first awakening and we're like, I need to know the answers. Okay, anyone go to Brian Weiss yesterday? Yeah. Oh my gosh. One of my first books, Many Lives, Many Masters, I remember reading that and being like, right, I need to study this and work out where we go when we die and figure out life and death and birth and everything in between. And then when you've been on your spiritual journey a little while, you realize like, oh shit, the more I know, the less I know, for sure. So the mystic is dedicated to living the question. The mystic is someone who is fascinated by being in wonder. For me, the best way that I connect with my soul is in nature, and it's through observing the beauty of nature. And I think that's because when we're around beauty, we enter into this state, which is the mystic home zone, which I call this state of awe, of wonder. Have you felt that before? When you're walking down a street and you see the flowers suddenly there, or a sunset, or the moon over the ocean, and you just exhale, right? That's a mystical moment. And I think that in the spiritual world, we're kind of seeking these massive awakening experiences because we've been taught to see the sacred outside of ourselves. We've been taught to see the sacred as like this man in the sky or a goddess or a god, whatever, rather than realizing that it's right here within us and always has been. But also it's all around us. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So what we're going to do through this soul inquiry is live the question. Be curious. Doesn't matter what comes up, if it's pineapple or flamingo. Flamingo could be, I saw a massive flamingo arriving into Tampa, right? Amazing. My mum came over to visit my daughter, to meet her, and she was telling Goldie, my daughter, all about the hot pink flamingo that she was going to see when she came through the gates, and I saw it. But for example, maybe for me, if I did What's Your Soul Calling Me to Do a month ago, maybe I would have got flamingo. And I'd be like, what the hell does that mean? That makes no sense at all. So if I was living in certainty, I would dismiss that. But perhaps if I was living into the question, into the wonder, I'd arrive in Tampa and be like, flamingo! Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, so turn to your partner. And I want you to share a breath with them. And just see if you can see the soul within their eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And see if you can let them see you too. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. Okay. So the person with the bigger ears, you're going to begin and you're going to say over and over again, what's your soul calling you to do? What's your soul calling you to do? Do we have some tissues? I mean it. Tissues? What's your soul calling you to do? 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 Okay, taking a deep breath in and breathe out. And giving it a little shake. Thanking your partner for hearing you. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. And if more people need tissues, hands straight up so the tissue fairies can find you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is swap. So, little ear, you are asking the question. And you can change positions if that feels good, or if not, just stay where you are. Okay. All right, so just checking where your energy's at now. Are you leaning forward? Are you leaning back? Bringing yourself to center. And just acknowledging the change of roles. So if you're asking the question now, or if you're just checking in with the wisdom within, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, and maybe sensing the soul of the person in front of you, really seeing them. And seeing if you can let the other really see you. It's what we all yearn for. It's the greatest gift we can give another, to let them see us as well as to truly see them. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. So the question is, what's your soul calling you to do? What's your soul calling you to do? Okay, go. something that came through. One little thing. And so remember the example I gave before about if my soul, for example, was to write a book. The answer wouldn't be the baby step I'm going to take is write a book. It wouldn't even be to write a proposal. It wouldn't be to write a chapter. It would literally be, I'm going to write for 20 minutes tomorrow, right? So one teeny, teeny, teeny little thing that you can take in that direction. Because if we're waiting for the step-by-step plan, it very rarely comes. And so it's just the one step, and then the other step, and then the other step. Any person who's done anything significant has started as a beginner, you know, especially if what's come through is something that feels so far away. Like I was explaining when I was 16 and I saw that I'd have books and oracles and all of that. And I'm just like, how the heck am I going to do that? I don't have anything wise to say. But you just take one step after the other, after the other, after the other, and you show up and you write every day, every day, every day. And before you know it, those little steps that you've taken, within a year you've done over 300 things. And you begin to master it. You begin to live the question. And when you're living the question, you enter into dancing with life. You're going into the flow of life. You're not relying on your logical mind to figure it all out. You're connecting in with the sacred that's all around us. That same force that tells the seasons to come and go, the flowers when to open and close, the cherry blossom to confetti its little petals, and then the daffodils, and then all of them. It's got this intelligent pulse within it, and we do too. But if we're waiting for the step-by-step plan, we're resisting that intelligence. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So I want you to use this opportunity with your partner to say one little baby step that you're being called to do, to act on, something that came through for you today.